Lesson 8-9, page 277. Here we're looking at finding a percent of a number, and we have to pretend that you are a coach of a basketball team and you have had these players play 5 games, and here you have the average of shots or baskets they have made. So when you look here, for example, Bill has taken 15 shots, and out of the 15 shots at the basket, he's only made 40% of them. We have to find what 40% of 15 is. Here it tells us that it's 6. So then Amit took 40 shots and only made 30% of them. Josh took 25 shots and made 60% of the baskets. It's easy to see that who's made more than half the baskets. You see that? Kevin seems to be a very good player, but he doesn't take very many shots, does he? Okay, now like Amit. Amit takes 40 shots. Kevin only takes 8, but he's made 75% of them, which is great. So let's look up here at our story. The Madison Middle School boys basketball team has played 5 games. The table at the right shows the number of shots taken by each player and the percent of shots that were baskets. Study the example, then calculate the number of baskets made by each player. When we study the table, we'll notice that some players took lots of shots. Amit took 40, Mike took 60, Andre took 50. They took lots of shots. The more shots you make, the likelihood you're going to miss more often too, or the likelihood you could get more baskets. But remember, it's easier to miss a basket than it is to get it in. So chances are the more they shoot, the lower percentage they're going to have. And it seems to be a trend, because if we look here, we see Mike with the highest and Andre with the second highest, and they have some of the lowest percentages. But then when we look at Kevin took 8, he's got the highest percentages. And Bob took 18 and he's got 50% of the shots. Okay? Remember, it's easier to miss a shot than it is to make it. So the more you shoot, the likelihood that this percentage will drop. So, back to the question. What is 40% of 15? How do we solve it? Here we're given an example on how to solve it. 40%, remember, percent means per 100, or in Spanish, por cien. The full word is por ciento, but por cien, for each 100. So that really what it means is that 40 is, when it's talked about percent, it is over 100. Okay, as you can see right there. So 40% is 40%, 40 per 100, or 4 out of 10, 4 tenths. 4 tenths can also be written, when we write the number placement, 4 tenths can also be written as 0.4, because that is 4 tenths. 4 in the 10th place. Now we have it written out down here. What is 4/10 of 15? Well, we know how to do that. I showed you 3 different ways on the previous videos on how to solve this. And the one they've chosen to use here is to replace the off with the multiplication sign. So we take 4 and we take the 15 and we put it over the 1. Can we do any cross-referencing? Definitely we can. We can cross this into a 5 and this into a 3. And now that we've cross-referenced, we can go ahead and multiply directly across. 5 times 1 equals 5. 4 times 3 equals 12. My mistake. I'm sure some of you just caught what I did. This is not supposed to be where's my eraser? Right here. This is not supposed to be a 5. Well, I can't erase it, so I'll just cross it over. How many 5s are here? 3. And how many 5s are here? 2. There we go. 2 times 1 is 2. If you caught that mistake, kudos to you. It means you are paying attention. So now we have, here we have 12 divided by 2, which equals 6. And that is our answer. There it is. As I explained, 4/10 is the same as 4. There's another way to do this. Take a look. Amit up here made 30% out of 40 shots. Amit. Let's solve his using a different form. He said he made 30 shots. He shot 30. No, what is it? He shot 40, right? And only made 30%. So we're trying to find what 30% of 40 is. There's a very simple way to do it. Change this to the decimal form. In order to change it to a decimal form, we divide it by 100, which means the decimal will jump 2 spots to there. Okay? It'll be 0.3. Another way to remember how to do this is that we place 30%, right? And we simplify that. We take this 0 away and this 0 away, and it makes it 3/10, which is what we have right here. It's 3/10, 3 in the 10th place. So now that we have our 3/10, okay? Now that we have our 3/10, we can go ahead and multiply 3/10 times 40. Okay? And that'll give us the value. Let's see. Alright, let's do that again here. Move this out of the way. Can I not? No, I can't. And let's try 40 times decimal 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 4, 12. How many decimals do I have to jump? 1, 2. Sorry, just one number we have to jump, just the 3. To go from this decimal to this decimal. So we only jump one number, so we only jump one number here. Our answer will be 12. So what it's saying is that 30% of 40 is 12. And it looks like I made a minor mistake. I did not record the last bit there, so let's do it again. Okay, so I was explaining, I'm not sure where I left off, but I was explaining that 30% is the same as 30 over 100, which is the same as 3/10, and is also the same as 0.3, because this is 3/10, which is 3 in the 10th place. We can take that number now, 0.3, and multiply it by 40, because Amit took 40 shots, right? Multiply it by 40. We get 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 4 is 12. And we know that I have to jump from here, I only have to jump one number to get to here, so I do the same here. I only jump one number to get to there, and my answer is 12, which means 30% of 40 is 12. There it is. Boys and girls, remember that you can always watch these videos again, over and over again to see my explanations. Let's figure out another one. Let's do Kevin, who seems to have a very, very good record. For 8 shots, he's made 75% of his shots. He has made 3/4. Everyone knows that this is 3/4, right? This is 75% is 3/4. Well, what do I have to do to the 3/4? what do I have to do to the 4 to make it an 8? I should multiply it by 2, right? Well, I should do the same to the 3. Multiply it by 2. What's 2 times 3? 6, right? Well, so then 75% of 6, 75% of 8 is 6. So Kevin, with only 8 shots, got 6 points, 6 baskets. Bill, with 50 shots, only got 6. So Kevin seems to be our all-star. Question 2 is asking us, on the basis of shooting ability, which 5 players would you select as the starting lineup for the next basketball game? So really, we're trying to see which are the best players, our best choices. Let's go back to the graph and see what you think.